MovieWeb.com.
Hi, we're the Wozos from 2 doors down.
I am Rifat Maroon, and this is my daughter, Jazeera.
Okay, Jazra.
It's Jazeera.
Next.
You okay? Ay, madre de Dios.
No habla español.
Your parents don't speak Spanish at home? Ay, ay, ay.
Can't I pick them out?
This is the kind my daughter likes.
What's wrong with these?
They're thicker, not as comfortable.
Right, but those are twice as expensive.
Well, that's probably the comfort issue I was referring to earlier.
Okay, now, yesterday you said something that I found very interesting, is that you haven't really had fans that were in the 13 to 14-year-old age range, and you've sort of acquired them this summer. I'm wondering, because they'll probably seek you out and seek this film out because of that. Do you think this is an important film for children of that age to see, or a good film for them to see?
I think it's a film they can relate to. You know, Jazeera, who's our protagonist in this film, is a 13-year-old girl who is going through, you know, puberty and her sexual awakening. And, you know, she's a girl that has moved to a new school. She's dealing with friendships and relationships. She's a babysitter. You know, she has her relationship dysfunctions with her family. So there's a lot of issues there that they can relate to. I think that there's a lot of humor in this movie. I think that it will be a different experience for them from The Dark Knight.
But it might be important for them to see it, a little life lessons, plus when they're watching other stuff like Superbad, they've already seen stuff like this. So,
yeah, I think, I think if they're willing to go into the movie, I feel like they will, I think they will leave the movie thinking, well, you know, that's happened to me, and so is this, and there'll be a good discussion afterwards. I think this is about their life and about America today and the world today.
Now, when you read the script, was it hard for you to personally answer for some of the things that Mr. Voso does in the script?
Yeah, I mean, I personally am not going to vouch for the guy. He's a character that I played. It was difficult playing him because he does have a relationship with a 13-year-old girl. I'm not here to justify his behavior, but as an actor, you know, you get presented to play in a movie with excellent actors, a brilliant director and a writer, and it's a challenge, and it's a challenge that I took on.
What's interesting is I just picked up the book out there with the new backside. It has questions, and one of the questions was, do you think he gets the punishment he deserves, or is the punishment appropriate for this character? I'm wondering what your take on that is.
Well, it's a criminal offense, and he does go to jail. You know, there's so many other consequences to this kind of action that go unpunished. You know, it depends on, you know, what Travis Voso does with the rest of his life. If he doesn't repeat it and he, you know, stays on the straight and narrow, then maybe. But I think it's a long road back after what he's done.
Well, I thought the last scene, the last interaction between you and Jazeera, or the character Mr. Voso and Jazeera, was really striking with this dead cat in this plastic bag, and there's a lot of metaphors I guess you could read into that. And I'm wondering what you personally read into that scene when you saw it or read it in the script.
Well, you know, I'm giving back her cat that I ran over and that I had been keeping it from her. I didn't want to tell her. You know, it's an offering of honesty. It's a symbol of you know, forgiveness. I think that Travis honestly feels bad for what he's done, and he sees the effects that he's had on Jazeera. The difficult and complex thing about Travis is that he actually has real feelings for Jazeera, that he, you know, maybe, I mean, he was going towards love. He saw her in his life. So it's not like he was just a predator or hunter of you know, he wasn't just hunting children. He actually fell in love with this girl. And in that way, you can never understand or justify his behavior. But it does add a little bit of complexity to the relationship.
You know what you're doing. You know what you do to men.
If anything ever happened to you, I'd never forgive myself.
Nothing will happen to me. Mommy!
This whole thing is your fault.
Do you feel like a woman?
Uh-huh.
I feel like a man.
Would you describe your situation as light, medium, or heavy?